Okay, so I want to show you how to use the Google Sketchup with the templates that I've already created for you. Many of these items, as you can see, these are the tables. This is to scale. We've got a sweethearts table here. I normally keep the buffet set up over here. You've got some of these lounge area round high tops and the couches that are normally outside. They are all grouped together. So when you want to move something, you just click on it. It will highlight the group and you can move it as an item. Up here are your optional actions. So this is the cursor so that you can select items. If the cursor is not selected, whatever action item you have created is the action that it will take. So if you're trying to erase something, the eraser will erase the line. If it is a group that you've selected, it will erase the whole group. So be careful of that tool. This tool is the drawing tool. Right now it's marked as a line, but you can also do freehand. I don't know why you would do that. But essentially you just click and pull. I'm using a mouse right now, so you can also click and pull to a particular degree, meaning in order to keep it to scale, you can tell it what size exactly you want. So let's say you're adding a dance floor. So you would click where you want to start drawing, pull in the direction that you want your line to go. When it highlights green, that means it's exactly straight parallel. When it's red, it's vertical, and then red is parallel. So it definitely helps to keep your lines straight. And then you can just type in 15. Make sure that you put feet, otherwise it will assume you're talking about inches, and you mark feet with a dash, like a hyphen. So I've marked 15 feet. I hit enter and it's drawn a line of exactly 15 feet. And then I can pull down from there and mark 16 feet and hit enter. And now I've started to create a square. Again, I can pull it and put in 15 feet. And then I don't even have to, I know that this is 16 feet, so I can just close the square up. My other option for that would be to actually come over here to shapes. You can select circles or rectangles. In this case, I want a rectangle. So to expedite that process, I could have simply gone 15 feet, comma, 16 feet, and it would have created the same size square as well. This actually ended up putting the 16 across. So sometimes you've got to play around with it. So in this case, I could erase it. Now you'll notice it's not erasing the whole square. In order for you to create a group, you would want to come to the cursor, highlight the group, and then right click, make a group, and now I can move this item all together. I don't move one line at a time. I can move all 4 lines at the same time. Now that those 4 lines are highlighted, if I wanted to move them somewhere different, I would hit the move button. You can just hover over it and it will tell you what it does. So then I can go click on it and just move it wherever I want it to go. And when I'm ready to place it, I just click my mouse again and it drops it where I've asked it to go. If I wanted to change or rotate this item, so I did want it to go 16 across instead of 15 across, it's highlighted, so I hit rotate. This is my little rotate icon, and it requires you to make 2 clicks. So you click on the item, and then you pull a line away, and that's basically your axis that you're going to be rotating it on. So then I rotate it across. I can also use the rotate key to create an angle, which we're going to do with the tables that you've created. Because what we're trying to do here is create this image that you drew out, and now we want to put that on a professional setting, so we're going to do that in Google SketchUp now. So in order to start, what we want to do is click our cursor, and let's start. You can actually click multiple items by hitting Control, and that'll let you click another set of groups. And then we'll hit the rotate button. We're going to create our axis in which we are going to rotate on, and we will just rotate it at the angle, the desired angle. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the cursor. We're going to collect these items. We're going to hit rotate. We're going to create our axis, excuse me. And you can also tell it that this is a 90-degree turn, right? So we started here, we're going to do a 90-degree turn, but it looks like you actually are looking for a 45-degree turn. So you can actually put in, just like you did with feet, you can put in 45 and hit enter, and it will turn it exactly 45 degrees. The important thing about having groups is that when you get ready to move items, if you have not grouped them, it will start to pull lines across. So when you're using this as a floor plan, for the purpose of a floor plan, any tables and chairs that you create, you want to group together so that you can move them as a whole and not distort the rest of the image. So let's go ahead and continue on here. We are actually needing to add a couple more tables here. So I'm actually going to hit undo and undo so that we can properly create the exact angle that you are looking to create, which I believe is 45 degrees. I'm assuming is 45 degrees. So there is a 45-degree angle. And another 45-degree angle. Now we can actually continue to add tables at the same degree. We want 45. And this guy, we're going to go 45. And then we can move them into their proper places. So it's not a super easy program. There are some things that need to be thought out and done kind of meticulously. But I think once you start to get the handle on the capabilities of the program and kind of the intricacies, it's going to take a little while, but it does start to kind of come together so that you can expedite the process and give your brides a really professional look. Now, as you can see, you are looking to make some room in for that dance floor. So what we're going to want to do is probably adjust the angles, and you can still do that. You had a steeper angle. I'm a little concerned just by looking at it that this is not going to fit, but you can certainly play around with it and find out, you know, what works for the space that you're working within, right? So let's go ahead and select these tables and maybe maybe instead of doing a 45, you may want to make a little bit, see, it grabbed one of the lines because so it's actually distorting the image. So what you want to do to avoid that, go back to your cursor and actually select each item by pushing the control button. So it lets you, as I mentioned before, it lets you manipulate more than one item at a time so that they all get to move at the same degree. Okay? So something like that. We'll have to play around with it a little bit to try and get, I'm not sure how all those tables are going to fit in there, but we'll work it out and get something similar to this, okay? So if you have any questions on how to create other items or anything like that, just let us know and we'll